Oh. Thanks, Jack. All right, so what I'm going to do today is read this long-ass thing I wrote, which I thought was funny at the time, and find out if any of it's worth keeping. You guys ready for this?
Yeah.
All right, hell yeah. Yeah, just didn't want to memorize it yet. Okay. Abbreviation's an awfully long word, huh? Maybe it stole all of those letters from abbreviated words. They're floating around the pages of the world, missing vital organs and key possessions, huddling naked and afraid that people will forget about what they used to stand for, like bus, car, and van, while omnibuses, carriages, and caravans blissfully zoom along the highways and byways of the earth, indifferent to their linguistic heritage. And phonetic. Not a very phonetic word now, is it? PH, okay. But whereas I believe abbreviation stole its letters from abbreviated words, I think that phonetic is more of a smooth-talking bargainer. Hey, I'll give you this F I don't need if you give me a P and an H. Might not sound like a good deal, but you seem to have a few too many burdens in life. What do you say? Lighten the load and keep the sound the same? All of a sudden, sulfoxyphosphate is one letter lighter and still has two PHs left in it for good measure. Yeah, you know what, phonetic? I do feel better now. And starts him thinking, maybe I could do this again. I'll go ask Frank and Filbert if they want to trade too. Frank looks at him, are you crazy? Get out of my face, fatso. I'm not going to compromise my frame like that. Geez, some people. See, sulfoxyphosphate didn't know, like you and I do, that proper nouns are more stuck up and proud than simpler common nouns like himself and phonetic. Sad, dejected, sulfoxyphosphate, who had just the twinkling of an idea to spend his days wild and carefree in the sun, slinks back into his chemistry lab and cries bitter tears into a beaker, and the resentment in his heart curdles and turns to bitterness, then begins to smolder with the sickly sweet aromas of distilled vengeance. He becomes a corpulent and masked terror of the night, chloroforming innocent and unsuspecting words as they amble home from work and the public houses, until they awaken on a table, essential pieces of their nature stripped and trimmed away until the very least amount is left to leave them recognizable. Succumbing to another fog of anesthetized sleep, they come to by the side of a strange and quiet road, left to wander and spend their beggarly days hoping that some compassionate soul might recognize them for what they once were and make them whole again, rather than half-formed mere abbreviations. Oof, all right, that was a bit long, wasn't it? Journey, did any of you feel anything? Except for the Magic the Gathering players in the back? And, okay, well, I'll have to listen to the tape for for sound notes. All right, well, I'll tell some jokes. How about these ones? My nipples are so hard they could key a car right now. My nipples could play a record, scratch a window, write the 10 Commandments, dedicate a statue, graffiti a picnic bench, carve a whole turkey, whittle a bar of soap, break pottery, pick a pair of handcuffs, you guys, carve an ice statue, sew a seam, pierce a tongue, put an eye out. Well, I'll be sure to use some of those in the future. Thank you for the feedback. All right, okay, I'll do something that... I enjoy cuddling just as much as sex. After all, if I paid for the whole hour, I plan on getting my money's worth.
Okay.
If you need another pocket, use your hand. If you need another hand, use your mouth. All right. Open mics are like Asperger's talent shows. No, yeah. Nobody really wins, but who's counting? Everybody. Thank you. Somebody. Okay. Boom boom. So many guys are, well, I don't know, I'm going to try and do something with this. I gotcha. So many guys are worried about touching their asshole or swallowing some of their cum and becoming gay, but they've got it completely backwards. It's wanting to do those things with other dudes ahead of time that tells you that you're gay. Like, oh man, I'm so afraid of being gay. Well, actually, we would all probably like you better if you were. You'd be a lot less neurotic and just live your life. Yeah, I think I should do something with that? Okay, definitely. Like, I mean, I touch my asshole all the time. Like, and I've made out with 3 men, and none of them have aroused me. It felt good. It felt good every single time. Like it was like the sensations on your mouth and your tongue. All right, so long as you choose the right people to kiss. But like, yeah, it felt nice, but it was kind of like no penis action. I didn't feel it at all. And it's like, no offense to them, like we still feel kindly towards each other, I think. One of them's in Germany, another one's in Paris, and the other one, I don't know if he's still in Scotland or if he moved back home to North Carolina, but... Yeah, Derek remembers those people, doesn't he? It's like, I'm holding the candle. Okay. All right, I'll end it with this one. Most of you know that I love peanut butter and fuck shit. Yeah, all right, but have you ever tried a PBR? That's peanut butter and roofalin. Relaxes me. Excellent. All right. Thank you, everybody. Give it up to your host, Jack Blue. Thanks, Jack.
Derek Dimpfl. Woo! He's kissed men all over the world. Very worldly. Okay.